Going back in time a little, the firewood that was processed this winter needs to come up off the ground to help it dry better. Even if it's in this bag, if it sits on the ground, it collects moisture. The ground under them was actually frozen in spots when we did this. Even if the spring was well on its way, it could have been done a little earlier also, but it helps the drying. That's one good thing about the dry weather we had. The firewood should be good at least, even if it was beneficial for the bark beetles and hard on the forest plants I tried setting this spring, so it has its ups and downs here in life, but hopefully this firewood will be nice and good at least. So quite a lot of work getting each bag up on its pallet. It will be left outside for a couple of weeks longer after this is done, and we actually didn't have any rain, a little slight drizzle I think, but other than that it was nice and dry. We had some old tarp, we put a few of them on the tarp that was, we didn't move, they were still stored out here where it's a grass area. Some of them were moved a little further on the sand area, but well, maybe we could have fit them all there, but it took so long to move each individual one. We thought it would be better when starting to put them under a roof that will come later, that to do the longer drive and bring them over for final storage when because then you need some preparations because we store them too high on top of each other. The truckload of better gravel that we purchased and brought home with the truck, seen in a previous video, it was meant to be used here to like make a little better foundation inside the shed where we store the firewood, because it tends to get a little moist there in the spring especially, and a bit muddy, so we figured we would put something better in here before storing firewood this time around. The pallets under them, at least the lower level of storage, they are usually bad after one time of use. As it has been, we hope this will keep things a little drier in here, but time will tell if this was worth spending the money on. At least it will be smoother, because it started to get kind of rotted out. You could have kind of valleys where the previous tire tracks from driving the tractor in and out had been. So we spent a little time trying to compress this and smooth it out, and my dad was out with a rake and tried to move a little material out into the corners where it wasn't really possible to access it easily with the wheel loader. But I think it turned out great, so I hope it will be worth the money and the time. And after smoothing things out and used up most of the truckload of gravel in here, small pile left, but that will be spread out somewhere else. It was time to start stacking the firewood, the big bags of firewood. The forks for it are a little on the long side, so when you want to kind of go all the way in and be able to kind of tilt it back to stop it from shifting back and forth when you travel with it and then bring it all the way over here. So I needed to back out, and I had my dad out as an extra set of eyes that I got the forks far enough out that they weren't sticking out behind it, and it was just a matter of trying to fit them all in here. It's gonna be tight. We have a few left over from last time we did firewood. They will not fit in here, but we aim to be able to have room for everything that was processed this winter, and I think it will be possible to get almost all of them in. We still have a couple that we haven't been able to get in there yet, but they are stored under a roof in a different location, because last few days we have had heavy rains, and before the heavy rain we had some lighter rains also in the last 10 days, and but by that time we had most of them in here, and a couple that we hadn't managed to get in here, they were covered in a tarp. Yeah, I find this short video of us using that working platform while redoing the front porch. Here we're bringing up the railings. We are reusing the old railings that have been scraped and repainted because they were in a decent condition. It was mainly the pillars and then the deck up here that was in poor conditions in the upper section. Well, the deck might not have been super bad, but they hadn't done a proper like wet insulation below the deck, so anything snow up there that melted dripped down on the lower deck, and that was annoying. So now it's been done properly, and hopefully it will last many years. And putting some material on top of the lower level of the firewood bags, you can stack a second layer that is needed to fit what we aim to do. We have actually looked at if it would be possible to do a third layer, but that will be so much jumping up and down on that, so we will not do it. And I think we're gonna fit all of them. We have actually fitted all but 3 of them by now, and I have a few special bags that we have marked off that one was that have because this is pure birch, and a few of them had mixed of other, I think it was some spruce trees that got mixed in there, and we have marked off the bags so we know what bags that are pure birch that's the most sought after and best firewood tree we have around here. So that's it regarding the firewood for now.